what was your reaction when you watched it of how they portrayed it? Did you have any idea what it was going to be like?
I was watching it with one of my girlfriends, and we're in my living room, and I got to watch it maybe a couple of days before it came out. And she looks at me and she says, "Amy, people are going to think you did this." And it really scared me, because if you think about it, the lighting, the way that I'm interviewed is very different than the way other people are interviewed. Like, I'm just answering questions. Like, you don't hear the questions I'm being asked, and there's not any, like, a lot of emotions in the cuts, where if I could tell you the truth, in that long interview that I did do with them, I mean, there were parts that I was crying, and there are parts that are very, very upsetting, the things that happened at the Cecil, that, actually, like, caused me to be emotional, but the cuts that they created, that was another piece of feedback, that I don't have any feelings.
Right. So, that's a great point, Tom, that with Amy, so when you're sitting there, you said, you avoid TV and all that, so you don't know that they may be doing lighting to make it look moody, and you don't know all this all going on. And they could do, you're not in the editing room, so you're watching this. Are you going, I am so pissed off right now? I mean, for your friend to say what she said, that they may expect that you're the murderer, that's a big negative.
Yeah, it was pretty uncomfortable, and I think I watched the show twice. I've since watched it maybe 1 or 2 times since. It's easy to be hard on yourself, but listen, that interview was so long. What they chose, to show is what they chose to show, and I guess for entertainment purposes, because it was very successful. That they designed it in a way that made people curious of what exactly happened.
Yeah, these weren't hacks. These are some of the best storytellers on the planet.
Right.
Brian Grazer, Ron Howard. I mean, their production company they got, cases full of trophies, right? I mean, they're the best of the best. And then, Kato, I don't know if you know this, but the director was Joe Berlinger, right? Did you meet him?
Oh, he's a great guy. He actually,
yeah, he's a great guy.
He came in when things got a little heated, where I was getting a lot of negative feedback, from these conspiracy people, and he actually stepped in to support me on it. I've never had an interest of being on TV or anything like that. That's not why I moved to Los Angeles. So when I decided to do the Netflix show, I really thought that I would be providing clarity. All the years that I worked there, you're not going to see any comments from me, because I didn't make any while I was working there. We didn't make any comments, But once it was all over and I got, the opportunity to, that's how they presented it to me. You can share your story, what actually happened. And I thought, okay, I will, and I was there 10 years. I mean, I'm definitely a credible person to share what happened, because I was there. I was in charge, I never would have thought, after it aired, that, like, the conspiracy people would come after me, and in fact, I had people come after me where I had my life threatened, my family, messages from these conspiracy people saying they were coming for my family. I mean, I have few people in my family, and you're going to come for my family? I mean, it's something that you really can't prepare yourself for, and I don't think that they really give you the overview of what you're signing up for.
Yeah, people are crazy. I mean, we're seeing it now with the some of the stuff we've seen in the last 2 weeks. People are flat out nuts. There's crazy people that think there are no repercussions for when you get behind your little keyboard here and you can do whatever the hell you want when you're in your parents' basement or wherever. No accountability, no thought whatsoever how this might affect somebody else's life. I mean, why would they think you would doctor a video? You don't own the hotel. You didn't have her hidden in your dungeon.
How would what would I have to gain if I killed her? There's people that think I killed her.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what would I have to gain? Like, I'm not gaining anything here. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm here doing my job. I'm working here, running a hotel.